Is cash flow keeping you up at night? Cash flow is the lifeblood of any business, and mastering it can mean the difference between success and struggle. So in this video, I'll break down simple, effective strategies to help you manage cash flow and keep your business running smoothly. So why does cash flow matter? Well, cash flow is all about having enough money to cover your expenses. But not only to cover your expenses, but in order for you to be able to invest in growth, right? It's not just about profits, it's about liquidity, which means having available money, right? Available cash to be able to pay for things. Did you know that 82% of small businesses fail due to cash flow problems? Let's make sure you and I are not part of that statistic. So what we need to do is track and be able to forecast our cash flow. And one of the best ways to do that is by using tools, right? Software like QuickBooks, Xero, lots of accounting software out there, or software specifically for cash flow. However, if you don't want to use any of those, you can use a very simple Excel spreadsheet or a Word document to be able to track all your incoming and outgoing cash. Now, it's definitely easier to do it with some type of software, but you can still do it. If you're not that good with software, or you don't use software at the moment, I'd encourage you to start to do that because it makes it easier than having to use a Word document, for example. And what you want to do is to create a 12-month cash flow forecast so that you're able to anticipate those periods, right, of where you may have more, so you've got a surplus of funds, or where you may have a shortfall. And having that kind of 12-month forecast where you're looking into the future means that you're going to be able to plan accordingly, right? Then you need to speed up that income. So some of you are sitting on invoices that you know you should have sent out to your clients. You finished the work ages ago and you said, oh, I'll get round to it. No, send the invoices out immediately after you've completed the work or according to your terms, right? And also use online payment systems, because what you want to do is make it easy for your customers to be able to pay you, right? Some customers don't want to download an invoice and have to actually look at all the bank details of where to pay you. So maybe you can have a link in the email address, or again, some software like QuickBooks allows you to have a link on your invoice where they can just click on it and enter their card details. So think about setting up payment systems like Stripe, for example, or you can even set up direct debit systems where you have access to get that money from your client in a timely manner, because that's only going to help you to make sure you've got your cash flowing how you need it to flow. You can also offer things like incentives for people to pay you early, where you can give them a discount maybe, or charge penalties if people pay you late after a certain time. So all these things are going to encourage you and encourage your customers rather to pay you in a timely way, which is crucial for your cash flow. So that's looking at income. Let's look at the expenses. So you need to be strategic when you're managing your expenses. You are able to negotiate. Yes, get those negotiating skills out with your suppliers. So maybe you need to buy you need to pay out a large sum of money on a piece of equipment that's going to help your business. Can you negotiate those payment terms? So rather than having to pay for it all at once, is it possible for you to get them to allow you to pay for it monthly? If you don't ask, you don't know, and you don't get. So try and use your negotiating skills for use with your suppliers, because then you're going to be able to better outline when your money's going out, right, according to when your money's coming in. That's what's crucial with a cash flow forecast. If possible, stagger those large payments, right, and then avoid having a big hit to your cash flow. But if you're looking in the future and you do have some surplus, then maybe it just means you won't buy it today, but maybe in 3 months' time you're going to have a surplus, so then you can buy it in 3 months' time, right? All these things is what helps you to be able to manage your cash. And then build cash savings, right? So you want to build your cash savings Yes, for your taxes, that's really important. You know when you need to pay your taxes. And for most of us, it's either annually if you're a limited company, or it's quarterly if you've got VAT as well, or if you're sole trader, annually or twice a year. It depends on your setup. But you want to be able to save for those taxes. But also, I spoke about on another video, you want to be able to save and have some emergency funds and have a safety net built up for your business. And then reduce unnecessary expenses. This is something I preach all the time to my clients. Look at your business expenses, look at them quarterly, because then you get to identify and cut costs that aren't bringing value, or things that you signed up for maybe 6 months ago, it may no longer be serving you. So then if you're looking at it at least quarterly, you can be, is that actually bringing any money into my business or giving me any value? All those subscriptions that you subscribe to, all with the best of interest. Software, my goodness, I could talk about, because do a whole video on software, where you end up buying all these apps because of course they can help you to save time, but in the setting up of it, some of you don't take the time to set them up so that they do help you, and then you're not even using them, right? And so you're spending all this monthly cost on software that you're not using. Unnecessary training. I'm putting my hands up because I've been there, where this sounds like a really good training and something I need, and I've paid for it and I have not even looked at the training. Be strategic with the training that you need right now. The training you need right now might be different to the training that's been thrown and offered at you. You might need that one maybe in 6 months' time. So be strategic about which training you're paying for, because all of these can drain your cash flow without you even realizing it. Yeah. So by tracking your cash flow, optimizing your payments and building a reserve, this is going to help to ensure that your business stays financially healthy. Cash flow is key to running a successful business. So let me know what your biggest cash flow challenge is. Let's talk about it in the comments, right? Let me know what's the biggest challenge you have for managing your cash flow. Thanks again, guys, for listening and watching another video, and I'll see you soon on another. Remember to subscribe. See you soon.